Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Last week or last class we finished until to the Kusala Bhyagadapana Uda Vipariya Yado Akusalaya Sukhuma. Wholesome and indeterminate feelings is more subtle than the unwholesome feeling in terms of the matter which is already said in before. Buddha Vipariyaya. Yeah, to make a comparison, we cannot do the Kusala is more subtle than the Akusala. We can divide it in 4 groups: Akusala, Kusala, Vyagata. Vyagata also we can separate 2: Vipaka Vyagata and Kiriya Vyagata, resulted, indeterminate, and functional indeterminate. Among the 4th group, Kiriya Vyagatas, functional indeterminate feeling is the most subtle. Akusala and wholesome feeling is the gross one. After making the comparison one by one, here making the 2 and 2. The first 2 groups is the Kusala and Akusala. The second 2 is the Vipaka Vyagata and Kiriya Vyagata. Make a comparison. Dwebi Kusala, Kusala Vedana, Sabya Parado, Sa Osahado, Savipaka Doja Yatha Yoga, Duidaya Bi Abhyagadaya Olarika. The point is the 2 wholesome and unwholesome feeling are grosser than the 2 indeterminate consciousness and indeterminate feeling. Here the making the find out the reason. Sabya Barado, Sa Osahado, Sa Vipaka Doja. Sabya Barado due to the arising of the anxiety or worriness. Sa Osahado together with the which has the making the effort. Sa Vipaka Do, which have the together with the resultant. The point is the Yatha Yoga. Yatha Yoga, Sabya Parado, Sa Osahado, Sa Vipaka So is the Yatha Yoga respectively. Not all are related to the Kusala, Sabya Bara, Sa Osaha, Sa Vipaka. These 3 reasons is not related to the Kusala. Maybe Sabya Bara related to the Kusala or Sa Osaha so related to the Kusala. We can check it the previous one. Kusala, Vya Kusala and Akusala. At the time, find out the reason. Therefore, here is the Yatha Yoga. Not all the 3 all reason is related, not all related to the Kusala and Akusala, respectively related to the Kusala and Akusala. Buddha Vipariyayena Duvidabi Abhyagata Dahi Sukhuma. two types of the indeterminate feelings are more subtle than the two types of the wholesome and unwholesome feeling, Buddha Vipariyayena, in terms of the reason, which is already said in before, because of the Desabhyaparado, Sausahado, Savipagado, opposite of these. Because of this, two types of the indeterminate feelings are more subtle than the two types of wholesome and unwholesome feeling. Ewantawa Jati Wasina Olarika Sukumata Viritava. Why the Olarika Sukumata Viritava? The step of cross and subtleness should be known in terms of the class of Jati. Dawa, firstly, among the Jati, Sabhava, Bogala, Logia, Lokodara, among these. Firstly, we should know the step of the cross and subtleness in terms of the Jati. It will mean like that. Because if we see the A-win, we already see the A-win is Sutta. At the beginning of the Sutta, we see it. This is the Nidasana, here the Nikamana. Because of the at the end of the we use it A-win like that. According to the previous explanation, we can notice the step of the cross and subtleness. Therefore, this A-way is the Nikamana. We see it in the Mani Sutta, A-way Sutta. This A-way is the Nidasana. Here is the Nikamana. Because this is the conclusion. Sabhava Vasina Pana Dukha Vedana Nirasadado Sa Viparado Obejaniado Abhibhavanado Cha Idarahi Dvihi Olarika. Pana, after the explanation of the Jati, trying to explain the Sabhava in terms of the Sabhava, therefore this Pana is the Pakhandara. After explanation of the Jati, the second commentator trying to explain the explanation of the Sabhava nature. In the Sabhava, we divided the three types of the feeling: and pleasant feeling, Dukkha Vedana, pleasant feeling, Sukha Vedana, neither pleasant nor unpleasant feeling are Dukkha, Masukha Vedana. We divided the three groups. In the Jati, we divided the four groups. Here, Dukkha, Sabhava, in terms of the Sabhava, we divided the three groups. Dukkha Vedana, Itarahi, Dvihi, Olarika. Unpleasant feelings is rather than the other two types of feeling. The other two types of feeling mean the pleasant feeling and neither pleasant nor unpleasant feeling. Here I also point out the reason, four types of the reason. Nirasada do, Savipara do, Obejaniya do, Abhibhavana do ja. Nirasada do, Ni asada do, asada de certificate. Nirasada do, Savipara do, Saha Vipara do, Obejaniya do, Obejaniya do, Obejati. Inside the Abhibhavana to overwhelm. Therefore, the unpleasant feelings is grosser than the other two types of pleasant and neither pleasant nor unpleasant feeling on account of or because unpleasant feeling does not have the satisfactoriness. Unpleasant feeling arise together with the spreading, and unpleasant feeling has the anxiety. Unpleasant feeling can overwhelm. Because of this, unpleasant feeling is grosser than the other two types of feeling. Itara pana dwe, sata do, santa do, panita do, manapa do, mijata do, yatha yoga, dokhaya sukhuma. Pana, on the other hand, Bhakandara sentence. Itara, the other two types of feelings are more subtle than the unpleasant feeling. Dwe sada do, itara dwe, the subject. The other two types of feelings are more subtle than the unpleasant feeling. Sada do, santa do, banita do, manapa do, mijata do. We have the 5 types of the reason. Sada do means this pleasant feeling and neither pleasant nor unpleasant feeling has the satisfactoriness. Sada do, santa do, these two types of feelings are peaceful. Panita do, these two types of feeling are excellent. Manapa do, these two types of feelings are adorable or pleasant. Mijata do. Here mijata do is not the middle. Here mijata do means as like a upekha, middle, not the middle, because of the mijatu upekha. Here means mijatu upekha, because of this neither pleasant feeling and neither pleasant nor unpleasant feeling has the we can abandon. Mijata do and dokhaya sukhuma. Here the sub-commentator find out the reason why the other two types of feelings are more subtle than the unpleasant feeling. He point out the 5 types of the reason, but for the pleasant feeling, not related to these all 5 types of reason, therefore use it yatha yoga respectively. Ubopana sukha dukha savipara do khoba karana do pagata do kya adukha masukhaya holarika. On the other hand, 2 types of pleasant and unpleasant feelings are grosser than the neither pleasant nor unpleasant feeling. Because of savipara do khoba karana do pagata do kya. Because of these 3 reasons, Saviparato, because these two types of the feeling has the spreading or missing F. Opejaniyato, these two types of feeling has the anxiety. Kopakaranatho, these two types of feelings are caused to be anxiety. And these two types of feelings are obvious. Because of this reason, pleasant and unpleasant feelings are the more grosser than the neither pleasant nor unpleasant feeling.
And there,
Yes.
what does mean saviparato?
Saviparato, spreading out or missing F.
What does that mean?
Because of this dukkha, according to the Abhidhamma camp, dukkha is two types of bodily pain and mental pain. Body pain, the dukkha, mental pain, the dominance, according to the Abhidhamma camp. But in terms of the noble truth, all mundanes are the dukkha. Therefore, we are living in the mundane world. We are staying in the suffering dukkha. But some point we think this is the present, therefore saviparato.
Oh, I see. Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Sa Buddha Vipariya Yena Tadu Bayato Sukuma. This I refer to the Adukha Masukha Vedana. Neither pleasant nor unpleasant feeling is more accepted than these two types of the pleasant and unpleasant feeling in terms of the reason which is already said, in terms of the opposite reason which is already said in the before or previous. Ewin Zabavina Olarika Sukumada Viritava. These are also conclusion sentence. Like this, the state of gross and subtenor should be known in terms of the nature. Pogala Vasina Pana Asama Banasa Vedana Nana Ramana Vaikita Bhavado Sama Banasa Vinaya Olarika. Yeah, Samapana is the Pakandara in terms of the person, Samapana person and Asamapana person. Samapana person means the someone who is entering into the attainment. We call it Jhana Samapati or Phala Samapati. Here doesn't mention what types of the Samapana. We have the Jhana Samapati, Phala Samapati, and Nirodha Samapati also. But Nirodha Samapati is only can enter into by the Anagami persons and Arhata persons. Therefore, the feelings of someone who is entering into the attainment is, the feelings of someone who is not entering into the attainment is grosser than the feelings of someone who had already attained the attainment. Why? The reason is the Nana Ramana Vaikita Bhavato. Nana Ramana is the various object. Vaikita is the Vaiketa is the fall down, bhava the state. But here Vaiketa we cannot translate, we should not translate as a fall down because of the related to the aramana. Therefore, we can take the various objects. The full translation of this sentence is in terms of the person, the feelings of someone who is not entering into the attainments is rather than the feelings of someone who had already entered into the attainment on account of taking the various objects. Because of the various objects, take the various objects, this feeling is grosser than the other objects. Vipariyayena idara sukhuma. We can understand the opposite method. Samapanasa vedana, asamapanasa vedanaya sukhuma. Vipariyayena, in terms of the reverse, idara means the other feelings of someone who had already entered into attainments is more subtle than the feelings of someone who is not attained, who is not entering into the attainments. But here doesn't mention the reason, but we can understand the opposite way. Here is the Nana Ramana Vaiketa, we can say the Eka or Eka Ramana Bhava Do. Because of this, Samapana passing of feeling is more subtle than the Asamapana passing feelings. Ewen Pogala Wasina, Olarika Sukumada, Viditaba, like this, in terms of the passing, the state of gross and subtleness should be known. Lokiya, Lokotara Wasina Pana, Sasawa Vidana Lokiya. This explanation is not similar to the previous three explanations. On the other hand, in terms of the mundane and supramundane, the feelings sasawa, I think you already had the experience, asawa gujaka, asawa dhamma, no asawa dhamma, sasawa dhamma, anasawa dhamma, asawa sampayutta dhamma, asawa vipayutta dhamma. These are the sasawa. Sasawa is the saha asawa. Together with the asawa mean the, yeah, together with me the, what does it mean? The asawa can take the all mundane Jeta, Chetasika, and Rupa as the objects. Therefore, the feelings which can take the all mundane Jeta, Chetasika, and Rupa as objects are mundane. Therefore, Sasawa Vedana Lokiya, the feelings is mundane. This feeling is the what type of feeling? Sasawa. Therefore, the feelings which is arise together with the asavas is mundane. According to that, Dukkha Madika Sasawa, according to the Sasawa Dhamma, these are the we concluded except the Lokiya Jeta and Nibbana. The other many Lokiya Dhamma are the object of the asava. Asawa, sorry. Sa asavo patti hetu do, organiya do, yoganiya do, kantaniya do, Nivaraniya do, Upadaniya do, Sanki Lesika do, Uto Jana, Sadharana doja, Anasavaya, Olarika. Sarafa to the Sasawa Vedana. The feelings, that feeling which is arise together with the Kanka or Asava is rather than the feelings which is not together with the Asava, or which does not take the object of the Kanka. Because of this, here point out the reason asavopatti hetu do, because of the cause of the arising of Kanka. Therefore, this feeling is grosser than the other. Organiya do, yoganiya do, kantaniya do, nivaraniya do are the same. The point is the puto jana sadharana do. This feelings is connected or related to the ordinary person. Therefore, this feeling is grosser than the feelings of the anasava. Sa vipriyayena sasavaya sukhuma. In terms of the reverse, the feelings of anasava is more subtle than the feelings of asava. Ewe lokiya lokodara vasena olarika sukhumata viritava. Like this, in terms of the mundane and supramundane, the state of gross and subtleness should be known. Now we already finished the concerning with the feelings. We can classify 4 types of the classification, the state of gross and subtleness. But first method, jati, we divided the 4 groups. Agusala, kusala, vibhagavyakatā and kiriyavyakatā. The second sabhava, we divided 3 groups, dukkha, sukha, adukkha, masukha. The third type, samapana person, asamapana person. And then we divided the lokiya, the 4th one and the last one. And we can divide it, the first one is the sasava and anasava. And then you can divide it organiya and anorganiya also. Yoganiya and ayoganiya, gandaniya and agandaniya, nivaraniya and anivaraniya, upadaniya and anupadaniya, sankilesika and asankilesika also. You can classify. But here the commentator explain the only the way method concerning with the asava according to the dukkha madika, sasava, kanda, yoga, oga, nivarana, upadaniya, sankilesa. According to these types of the classification also we can classify. Basically, we can know that in terms of the mundane and supramundane, we can divide 2 groups, sasava and anasava. After classifying these 4 types of classification, we cannot make the comparison one classification to another classification. For example, according to the jati, kusala, akusala, vibhagavyakatā, kiriyavyakatā. Among the vibhagavyakatā is more subtle than the kusala and akusala in terms of the jati. Okay, here, zabhavena pana dukkha vedana olarika. Here, dukkha vedana is included in the mahāvaggapāḷi. The other, itarahi duhi, the sukha and adogama sukha also included the kusala, agusala, vibhaka, and kiriya. Here, dukkha vedana is grosser than the other sukha and adogama sukha. If we make the comparison, the previous one says, mahāvaggapāḷi is more subtle than the kusala and akusala. Here, dukkha vedana is the mahāvaggapāḷi. But here, in terms of the sabhava, dukkha vedana is rasa, opposite. The first explanation, the subtle, here explanation, the gross. If we make it the comparison in this way, we will be confusing. Therefore, the sub-commentator making suggestion Tatha jati adi vasena sambido very heritable. Tatha means in the classification of jati, Tatha means in the classification of gross and subtleness. Very heritable should be rejected. Sambido, combine in terms of the jati and so on. The combination should be rejected in terms of the jati and so on in the classification of gross and subtleness. Before we read his suggestion, I already explained dukkha vedana is the akusala. Dukkha vedana is the vibhaka. According to the jati, vibhaka is more subtle than the kusala and akusala in terms of the jati vasena. But with the sabhava vasena, dukkha vedana is grosser than the other pleasant and unpleasant feeling. Therefore, if we make it like a comparison, we will be confused. Therefore, the commentator make a suggestion. Akusala vibhaka kaya viññāna sambiyuktahi vedana jati vasena abhyāgatata sukhumapi samana sabhavadi vasena olarika hoti. Akusala vibhaka kaya viññāna sambiyukta vedana heat. Because of the he make a brief instruction, we should not make the comparison with the jati vasena and sabhava vasena and pukala vasena and lokiya lokosra vasena. We cannot make a comparison these four types. After that, he tried to explain the detail. We can think about it, the detail, waitara sentence, or after that, he make it, we can think about it. Another way is the dhanasikarana. He make a complaint why we should not make, why not we should make the comparison me. Therefore, he show the reference. Akusala vibhaka and wholesale resultant bodily consciousness, sambiyukta vedana, the feelings associated with the unwholesome resultant bodily consciousness is more subtle than the indeterminate, more subtle because of the indeterminate consciousness, because of the kaya viññāna, the abhyagata ceta. Therefore, this vedana is subtle. Therefore, yeah, samana. This is the, we can think about it here, vedana, samana, vedana, olarika, hoti. same subject, two verbs. Therefore, nominative absolute. For the nominative, we can translate why and when, even though we can translate it like that. Here is the sukhumapi. Therefore, I will translate it even though, because of this api or pi, I will translate it, even though the feelings associated with the unwholesome resultant bodily consciousness is subtle on account of indeterminate consciousness in terms of jati. These feelings is gross in terms of the sabhava nature. Normally, this is the nominative absolute, but because of this epi, we can translate. We should translate it even though. After showing his opinion, he make a reference. Bodhinyedam abhyagata vedana sukhuma dukkha vedana olarika asamapanasa vedana olarika sasava vedana olarika ti. He make a reference. Bodhan he edam. Bodhan he edam. Edam means abhyagata feelings is subtle. Unpleasant feelings is gross. The feelings of someone who is not entering into the attainments is gross. The feelings together with the asavas is gross. This statement, this statement is already said where Vibhinga. This statement is already said in the Vibhinga treatise. Abhyagata vedana is sukhuma, dukkha vedana is olarika. Yathaja dukkha vedana evin sukha vedana yopi jati vasena olarika sabhavati vasena sukhuma hundi.
Sorry, Bhante.
Yes.
And there akusala vipaka kaya vedana sambayuta hi vedana jati vasena apyakatata. So there it is due to apyakata, right?
Yes, due to the abhyagata ceta.
And it's chosen as a ablative case?
Yes. Due to the state of the undeterminate consciousness. Because of the here is the intense of the jati. Therefore, abhyagata ceta. Sabhava means the intense of the here abhyagata akusala vipaka kaya vinyana is the dukkha vedana. Therefore, olarika. Intense of the sabhava. Directly we can see akusala vipaka kaya vinyana sampyuta vedana is subtle, intense of jati. Akusala vipaka kaya vinyana sampyuta vedana is gross, intense of the sabhava. One ceta, but depend on our classification method. Changing. One method is subtle, one method is gross. Opposite way. Therefore, we cannot make it the comparison with one method to another method. Okay, after showing the dukkha vedana, he tried to find out the yathaja dukkha vedana, similar to the dukkha vedana. In this way, sukha vedana dayopi, sukha vedana and adukha masukha vedana also are gross in terms of the jati, but this sukha and adukha masukha vedana are subtle in terms of the sabhava. Depending on the classification method, gross and subtle will be changing. Tasama yatha jati vasena sambedo na hundi tatha vedanana olarika sukkumada veritava. Therefore, sambedo na hundi. There is no comparisons in terms of the jati and so on. Like this, vedanana. The state of gross and subtleness of the feelings should be known with one method to one method, but we cannot make a comparison one method to another method. Seyatidam abhyagata jati vasena kusala hi sukhuma. What is this? Example. What is also meaning? Abhyagata. And determinates consciousness is more subtle than the kusala, wholesome and unwholesome consciousness in terms of the jati. Na tatha katama abhyagata gain dukkha, gain sukha, gain samabanasa, gain asamabanasa, gain sasava, gain anasavati. Ewen sabhavadi bedo paramasidabho. Not paramasidabho, actually, not datha. Tatha means in the feelings of the indeterminate, in the indeterminate feelings, what is the abhyagata, what is the indeterminate, what is the suffering, what is the pleasance, what is the feelings of the someone who had already entered into the attainment, who is not entering into the attainment. What is that? What type of feeling is the together with the sasava? What types of feelings are not together with the asava? Even sabhavati pito paramasidabho. Find the sabana sabhavati pito paramasidabho. In the undeterminate consciousness, the differences of the nature and so on should not be classified. Yeah, paramasita bhumi, we cannot classify. in this way in the Abhyagata. Esa Nayo Savatha. Savatha, all the Zabhava, Pogala, and mundane and supramundane. This method or technique should be known. The point is after making the feelings of gross and subtleness, we can classify in terms of Jadi, Sabhava, Pogala, and Lokiya, Lokodara. When we do each one way, but we cannot make the one way to another way, we cannot make the comparison. The point is like that, because if we make a comparison one method to another method, one chaita will be changing. Here making the akusala vipaka chaita, or sorry, the feeling vedana of the akusala vipaka chaita is Sukuma in terms of the Jadi, but in terms of the Zabhava is the Olarika. Abhyagata is also similar. We cannot make a comparison one method to another method. This is the suggestion of the commentator. Abhijas is also another method. Tantanwa Pana Vedana Ubada Yubadaya Vedana Olarika Sukuma Dattavati Vajanado Akusala Disubi Lova Sahagadaya Dosa Sahagada Vedana Agi Viya Adano Neseya Dahanado Olarika. The point is the 12 types of the Akusala, Lova, Sahagadaya, Dosa, Sahagada, Vedana. Point is here. Lova Sahagada, Dosa Sahagada, Vedana. The feelings together with the dominance of feeling, unpleasant feelings is grosser than the lower Sahagata feeling because of the Adano Nesaya Dahanado on account of banning to the place. Place means the according to the Bhatana Nesaya Pitya. If we arise with the dominance by seeing your eye, because of this, your eye will be red because of your anger. Because of the by seeing the one visible object in your mind arises dominance. Because of this dominance, your eye will be red. This is the ten. Wa Bana Vedana Upada Yubara Vedana Olarika Sukuma Dattava, already mentioned in the previous one, or the Rupa. Based on this feeling, the other feelings should be known, gross and subtleness, Vajana Do, which is already said on account of the set this piece. Akusala Disubi in the unwholesome Jada, in the unwholesome feeling, Lova feelings, Dosa feeling, yeah, make a comparison. Dosa feelings is grosser than the Lova feelings. Lower feeling is more subtle than the dosa feeling. The direct meaning is the dosa feelings is grosser than the lower feelings. Lower feeling is more subtle than the dosa feeling. Because of here, dosa make it similarly as the akiviya like fire. Dosa can burn at the non-nesaya, depending place. It depends on its arises place. Can burn dosa. Dosa sahagadabi niyata olarika. Ever yeah, dosa is also if we see the unpleasant objects at the time in our mind will arise the dosa feeling. This types of dosa feelings are not ever cross, but related to the anantariya gamma, matricide, and so on. These types of dosa are ever cross. For example, if we see the same ugly person, we will discuss at the time in our mind, dominant feeling arise. But for his or her mother at the time, will not arise the disgust or dominant feeling at the time, his or her mother will arise the compassion. Object is the same, but arising consciousness is different. Based on our attention, yoniso-manasikara will changing. Therefore, this type of dosa or dominanza is not ever cross, but relating to the anantariya karma, this type of the dosa is ever gross. Therefore, niyata. Niyata means the related to the matricide and patricide, so on. Therefore, we can translate it the ever dominant feelings is gross. Aniyata sukhuma, not ever dominant feelings is subtle. Here, niyata is the ever, aniyata is not ever. But according to the explanation, we need to understand what types of dominance the ever mean related to the anantariya karma. 5 types of the anantariya karma are ever gross. The other remaining dominance are the not ever gross, sometimes sukhuma, sometimes gross. Niyatabi kapatitika olarika. Niyatabi kapatitika olarika. Kapatitika means this niyatabi means dominance related to the 5 types of the anantariya. This type of the dominance is the where we will stay the whole kappa. Kappa means the here not mentioned the what types of kappa. But if we commit matricide, at the time, this matricide or the dominance vedana will arise just one time. But after committing this matricide. We were regressed. Because of this regressedness, our mind is the ever the whole life before the death. Our mind will be the wealthy dominant feeling. That means the capacity. Not only this life, because of this matricide, the second life also we must go to the woeful state. And the woeful state, we will go to the hell niraya because of this dominant feeling. Itara Sukhuma. The other dominant feelings are subtle. Yeah, the point is we make it dominant vedana is this dominant vedana related to the anandariya. This is ola eva olarika. This eva olarika is according to the time duration, how long kapatika. Idara sukhuma. Kapatika subi asinkarika olarika. Idara sukhuma. Among the titles of the Anandriya Kama, we can say it prompted or unprompted. Prompted is the gross and prompted is the subtle. Yeah, idara. Yeah, make a comparison among the dominant feelings also we can make a comparison. Pañcavaggiyakathā dominance is the gross. The other dominance is subtle. This Pañcavaggiyakathā dominance will be gross in the whole kappa. The other are the subtle. Among the kapatika dominance, asinkarika are olarika, sasinkarika are sukhuma. This is the among the dominance. Loba sahagada pana deti sampayoda olarika. On the other hand, among the 8 types of the loba mula cheda, the feelings which is associated with the wrong view is gross. Idara sukhuma. The feeling which is not associated with the wrong view is subtle. And loba is also making the sabi niyata kapatitika asinkarika olarika idara sukhuma. Among the Pañcavaggiyakathā Kama. Mahāvagga because of the dosa, we can kill our mother. Piṭaka because of the dosa, we can kill our father. Arahanta Gādaka because of the dosa, we can kill the Arahanta person. Lohitapādaka because of the dosa, we can make effort to the blessed one. And Sangha Piṭaka. In this case, Sangha Piṭaka. Why do we make the Sangha Piṭaka? The obvious evidence is the Venerable Devadatta. He wants to be the leader of the Sangha. At the time, in his mind, dosa or loba will arise. Definitely, loba will arise. Therefore, this Sangha Piṭaka karma. If we commit the Sangha Piṭaka karma, at the time in our mind, Lobha will arise. Therefore, Sabi Niyata. This Niyata means the Sangha Piṭaka karma. Kapatitika, Asinkarika, Olarika, Idara Sukuma. Here, a dominant side also Niyata. Niyata is there related to the 4 types of the pañcavaggiyakathā. And Sabi Niyata, Kapatika is only related to the Sangha Piṭaka. Therefore, Sabi, this feeling associated with the wrong view, which is related to the Sangha Piṭaka karma, and Kapatika, this feeling arises the whole kappa, and this feeling is implanted, is gross. Either the other is sukuma, subtle. Avisesena, akusala, bahu vipaka, olarika. Avisesena, generally, unwholesome Chaita. This among the unwholesome Chaita, some Chaita give the many types of resistance. Some Chaita will give the a little resistance. Unwholesome Chaita, which can make the many resistance are gross. Unwholesome consciousness, which can produce the little resistance are subtle. At the time, obviously, among the 12 types of the unwholesome Chaita, Odidya cannot make the resistance of the Patisandhi movement. Therefore, this Odidya is the subtle than the other unwholesome Chaita. Kusala Pana, Appa Vipaka, Olarika, Bahu Vipaka, Sukuma. Yeah. Concerning with the Kusala and Akusala, for the Akusala, it can give the many resistance. This is the cross. And wholesome, for the wholesome Chaita can give the a little resistance is gross. Opposites, Kusala and Akusala. Kusala Bana Appa Vipaka Olarika. On the other hand, the wholesome consciousness, which can produce a little resistance, are gross. Wholesome consciousness, which can produce the various resistance, are subtle.
Bhante.
Yes.
So isn't it Kappa Thitika is refers to Sangha Piṭaka?
Okay. Yeah. Niyata be Kapatitika, Olarika. This Kapatitika and Niyata. This Niyata is referred to among the 5 types of the Pañcavaggiyakathā. The previous 4, Mahāvagga, Piṭaka, Arahantaggataka, and Lohitopadaka, related to this 4. And here, related to the Lobha. Here, Niyata Kapatitika is related to the Sangha Piṭaka, not related to the previous 4. But what is the same? But we need to think about it according to the Abhidhamma term.
Hi, Bhante. So you mean the Sangha Piṭaka is because of Lobha?
Yes.
So I thought that for the loba, for the ditti, which means someone that holds a very strong ditti, and that
Yes.
is the loba.
Yes.
But for Devata, the part, he's a deity samyuda the time.
Because at the time, if the Venerable Devata commit the Sangha Piṭaka karma at the time, because of the loba, among the 4 types of the loba, what types of citta should be mean the, because of the loba, among the loba, Daitikata Sambayuda, not the Daitikata Vipayuda. Because of his wrong view, he commit this karma. And then nobody can force to commit this. He commit by himself, therefore, asankharika. Sometimes this is the evidence of during the Buddha lifetime. In nowadays, many issues we had it. This Sangha Piṭaka karma also among the monk. But some men cannot commit. They don't want to commit, but someone forced to do like that. They do it at the time, sasankharika. But here the commentator take the evidence of the Venerable Devadatta. Therefore, he uses sapi niyata kapatitika asankharika.
He didn't mention Venerable Devata.
Because of the connection, we can know it.
Well, it's very far, no money.
Yeah. No. The point what is the niyata. Niyata. In the Dukkha Matika, niyata dhamma, aniyata dhamma, I think you already know it. In the Dukkha Matika, Abhidhamma Dhamma Singani. Niyata dhamma, aniyata dhamma, at the time, according to the unwholesome state. Niyata dhamma means pañcavaggiyakathā karma, for the wholesome state mega.
Yeah, but and then Bhante, I remember in the Miccatta Niyata Dhamma, we also have Miccatta Micca Ditti. So that is loba.
Micca Ditti. Micca at the Micca Ditti means the loba.
Yes, but here you said the pañcanantariya karma, that is dosa.
Among the 5 types of the anandriya, because of we got the pañcanantariya, pañca and anandriya.
Yes, but for the classification, the pañcanantariya karma only is about dosa, not loba.
No. Among the 5 types of the anandriya, the previous 4 is the dosa. The last one is the loba.
No, Bhante, that is what I have here in the classification. So the niyata micca-ditti, that is the ditti gata sambayukta 4 at the 7th jhana. But for the pañcanantariya karma, then the 2 dosamula citta at the 7th jhana. So pañcanantariya karma only dosa, not loba.
This is the Abhidhamma 10, we call it all types of the pañcanantariya karma. You said that the dosa.
Yes.
Here it is not like that. Among the 5 types of the pañcanantariya, the previous 4 is the dosa. The last one, Sangha Piṭaka, is the loba.
Where is that classification, Bhante?
Where's that classification? Because of the evidence why the Venerable Devadatta commit the Sangha Piṭaka karma. Because of he want to be a leader of the Sangha. He want to be because of his loba.
Yeah, but then if we say the same thing, then he also wanted to be the leader of the Sangha. So that's why he want to kill the Buddha. So does that mean that you know
yeah.
that one is also the making the Buddha, you know, to bleed? That is also loba.
Yeah, best. Okay. Far away, the cause is the loba. Best if we want to kill at the time, his mind will be the dosa arise.
Yes, so it's just like the same thing for the Sangha Piṭaka. So he also, the far cause is also the loba. But when he commit that the offense, it's also dosa.
For making the Sangha Piṭaka, he doesn't care anything. He make it separate. He make a different group.
Yes, but I mean, according to the classification of the Abhidhamma, then all of the 5 pañcavaggiyakathā karma, it's always dosa, not loba.
Okay, you should check it in the maybe, and then Vinaya 10 or Abhidhamma 10 also you can check it. Maybe Dhamma Singani commentary mention then. Because of this in the Sangha Piṭaka part, we can think as a loba. Other are definitely the dosa. Okay.
Okay, Bhante. Yeah, we check it again later, Bhante.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, let's start our class by reciting Buddha Sasana and later do 3 times. Buddha Sasana and later do. Buddha Sasana and later do. Buddha Sasana and later do. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Thank you so much.
Thank you
Bhante.
so much, Bhante.
Okay, welcome.